and things that can zone you out of the fight on KC side of things that I don't really feel like you're ever really going to be able to play into the fights. Plus a huge amount of, you know, Lily is quite fast, Yone is diving
Slovenians who also, you know, agree with you.
In Ireland we take food as well and change it, but we definitely don't perfect it.
Have you ever tried a spice bag?
That's a rough one for the...
Yeah, Mirren should be dead here, right? I mean, Yike can just stand and deliver. He takes up and kind of burns him down. Easy game,
nice
easy
and patient. They seem to be a bit scared.
With ulti as well.
Yeah, Kalist and Targus have this wave in an awkward spot where Super and Alvaro imagine Yike is in the area, so don't want to try and overextend for it, but here's the decent engage.
Empire's down, and they're just given an ulti as well, and Kalist, he's been healed up. Targum's already used his ulti, but slowed down with the laser beam, and Alvaro gets flashed on. Lethal tempoed. Kalist with a kill as well, and KC's early game is quite concrete.
Yeah, nice job by KC to get the play in the top side. You can see Super and Alvaro really worried that Yike might be trying to come over the wall and get on top of them, but they're able to find that moment with the push in mid as well, covering them. KC now get the top objective as well.
Might show me the trap before he comes up on the bush.
Ulti, auto, Midwin's dead. He can't get the between worlds TP, and Khan with the second kill.
Thanks for going.
You're looking handsome today, brother. You're doing well.
You too, mate.
Okay.
Oh, Yoya's not looking so good as he is falling.
This game, you think, Mickey?
Yeah.
Probably in the two.
Let's focus on game 2 for Koya.
Bit rough. I ain't talking about a dog. Kana caught up in the wind. It now becomes drowsy time. Now becomes the sleep. El Yoya pops him down. Okay, if Mickey could see this, I wonder what he'd say, Dagda, because that's the first kill and they're holding a gold lead right now. KC use their pressure. They're going to get their first dragon of the game. That's one apiece here in our slow starter, but we're out of ammunition as MKOI commit to the Nexters. Equalizer almost up and available. Kana's like, I can see a kill. I can see a kill. El Yoya, he's going to lens at least 2 or 3 KC members. It's been really hard this game for MKOI to achieve.
You're so short range on MKOI, and again, you don't really have many tools to get into fights. As long as Alvaro's bot as Kalist.
Arclight Ruin comes through, but it's in the wrong way. Kalist still auto-attacking and waiting for the next leap. He's just going to do a kick flip and walk towards Super, but Super's already far away as well. Top turret, the priority here for Jojo. Well, remember, 3 grubs were picked up by KC. Their pushing power is strong as well as they look towards mid with Herald.
This is although it looks a little wonky, the best way for MKOI to try and play this.
Looking lullaby. Cozy Campfire comes through. Vladdy's out of that one. There's a between worlds. Good knock-up set up by Alvaro. 2-man with the Graviton, but there's no damage. Super doesn't have the range in the guns either. And even though Kalist's ulti is already down, he gets a slow. The equalizer comes in, and Kana is running at them. On the retreat path is MKOI after the warpath set out by shreds resistances, and teams just like to throw around it. So KC have to be careful. Jojo going in and onto Kalist at half HP. He stands for now. Another cozy campfire, and that'll give him a nice heal and toot in his step. But at 8k, MKOI here to play in front of Atakan at 6. It's still going down. KC flash though into El Yoya, but a quick flash response. Meanwhile, Jojo has to ulti out from Kalist. He ultied, he ran in, launching multiple under Kana, but he's burning down the deer. We're eating venison tonight, but as El Yoya gets out, Super goes in, gets the range on Kana, and Kalist is still in ulti. Yes, he's zoning, but where is the spike going to come from? El Yoya has to run in, but he can't. Too far away. Yike stood his ground and KC.
An access on a flank. Yep. That can be game breaking. And on the upside, like even if Kalist is just able to use that range and not really get in trouble from Jojo, Mirren, or Super, that could also be something that KC can look to play through.
Gun check here. Super just ran out of the Calibrum. Now he's got Gravitum and Infernum. Duo won't be great, but at least with the Moonlight Vigil, that Infernum can shred through. Yike at half HP, and his heart still that hasn't done much this game has flashed in. Mirren, great burst, and now a lilting lullaby soon to follow. Targamas sends out the ulti, but meanwhile Yike has to kite it back. Kana's ulti's great with the Emperor survive from Vladdy, and Alvaro will die because of it. Jojo getting burned down on the side, but somehow Yike, Targamas, both alive. Just can't believe KC didn't die from that. Again, shows you the skill. Yike has one moment. As by the way, I thought that heart still got a couple
more. Kind of pushing on bot though, completely isolated. So they're kind of fishing for some sort of play, fishing for another TP or just taking the bar.
Let's see which one it is this time. Ward over the back of the pit. The TP options aren't great until that control ward gets dropped down. Alvaro drops a fresh one as equalizer into Super, and El Yoya Alvaro is deep here as well. Unbreakable will come, and an attempted steal. No, they 50-50 to KC. One out with a beautiful impale. El Yoya bites the dust. Infernum does big damage, but look at Kana. Advantage for KC where they will have double smite. Alvaro, remember, phase rush here on the cow, so doesn't have that same opportunity. Targamas should just burn it here. Does it in the end anyway. Okay, whatever, but regardless, good. There's KC in a turret. That's going to go down quite quickly. Easy to step up again, and the sustain makes it really annoying for MKOI. Their poke really works too much, and there's no caliber availables. They're getting zoned off. Kana's now thinking about how he can move in with Equalizer again. The engage from Jojo onto Yike won't mean too much as Vladdy and Targamas step back, and MKOI keep getting chunked out. Every time they're going to lose more and more as yet another turret falls.
Again, the range discrepancy coming into play. KC get to farm up. They have a ton of repellent for if you try and dive as MKOI. You have the Emperor's Divide. Yike doesn't quite have the ultimate with Compeel, same with Targamas. It just makes it really difficult for MKOI to deal with this barn push.
Next wave coming in as well. Jojo actually tagged out by Electro Harpoon. Kana's doing serious damage now. As Alvaro jumps in, they have to turn and engage. There's between worlds, but Alvaro's so deep. And look, Kana just flashes in under a turret. He goes golden, so he won't die. That was insane play as MKOI get wiped off the map in one fell swoop. Kana just said this has to end.
Karmine Corp found their moment. Alvaro tried desperately to make it happen, but KC are just too strong.
Now, match of the week. Sure, it started off slow, but then it was KC down to a 50-50, but that didn't matter either. KC outclassed and enter into this match of the week in a big way. Let's get another kill down and then move to game 2.
A strong early game from KC.
Yeah.
Control a lot of that space and good opportunities to just dive on towards potential plays in the mid game, especially if this the Jinx ends up isolated at any point in time.
Just move to heal.
Watch the mid jungle of MKOI starting to move down on this bottom side.
And they do though. Alvaro thinking about another engage. Boomerang Blade out. There we go. Flash from Alvaro. He goes deep. He gets zapped as well. Alvaro, what the hell was that? Lethal tempo now for Kalista with an enchant. Super knows he's in trouble. A lethal tempo pulled up as Jojo tries to get the AD carry, but flash from Kalista forward, and he's out of there. Targamas used the Glitter Lance to get the slow on Jojo, and he's got his flash ready, but will he have to use it? El Yoya came in for an angle himself, but now he runs. KC looking for a bit more fun. Tibbers is out. An audacious charge. That started with Alvaro going way too far.
Rare miscommunication from the MKOI bot lane. Alvaro went in. Supa had already started to walk back. There was no follow-up on the play. So KC still hovering, but I don't think they're in a position now to really push for this. Yeah, Supa and Alvaro, the ricocheting blades, getting a lot of work done in that mid lane to push the wave.
It's a nice objective to take. Mega Death Rocket will not be spell shielded. MKOI are looking to snap, maybe look at the target, but KC are in numbers strong. That was Vladdy, and maybe with the TP in, Mirwan's the one inting. Let's turn it about. The top laner from MKOI gets support here, and Alvaro tries to salvage a play, but into a decimating smash. MKOI ran into a disaster. Kana flashes over the wall as Zap doesn't connect because Alvaro's right behind enemy line. He's between Jojo, he's been hit El Yoya, Alvaro as well. Meanwhile, Super's flashing into Targamas, and he'll get a kill. Vladdy, he's going to die as well. We've gone from nothing to everything, and Super gets a double. What the bloody hell, League of Legends, are we watching here?
That started off so well for KC, and then it's so badly for KC. MKOI overextend on the initial play, and then MKOI think, oh, well, we can just bully our way through here, but end up so separated. That KC then end up so separated that MKOI have to find the picks, they get top tower, they get the Rift Herald, and Supa flashing in is able to get a ton of gold off the back of it as well. The CC comes down, Alvaro goes in, seeing that Mirwan was already polymorphed, which means that then Alvaro can try and get out, but the decimating smash to be able to connect with that top side and keep it safe.
And they've still got Herald. Oh, it just pops it down now. Inner should be gone. Super's able to step up a little bit as there's a bit of range onto Kalista now that Targamas is by his side. They feel confident, but look, the damage on the first charge is immense, and Herald trying to be taken by Alvaro to get on out as Kalista. KC this game was really swinging in their lead this early game. You know, that anti-steal was big. Yike now though, the flash engage from Vladdy. It's comboed up and an easy kill. Trying to give it over to Vladdy, but he's flicked back, so a shutdown goes to Yike instead. Hey, let's spin the wheel again. Yike and Alvaro meet. Grand entrance outwards as turret's going to go down for MKOI. I mean, they're just playing the map right now so much better, and like kind of yesterday, like the game one we saw from MKOI was eerily a little bit similar.
KC members were already positioned on that top side. They immediately fall back over to it. They're able to take it. You see KC just not going to be in a position to contest this before it goes down.
Yep.
And the waves aren't in a position to go for any sort of cross map, making it essentially as free of an Atakan as you can.
It's a big objective, and the fact that you're not flipping for it is big.
Vladdy having no flash, I think this is kind of where MKOI are like, well, you don't really have a way to find the engagement.
Oh, Vladdy, luckily on the right side of the wall. Jojo would have flicked him and Alvaro would have followed up. But regardless for MKOI.
So things are getting easier.
Ulti. There's a pick off, and Karmine just caught out. Yes, it's ulti, but where's he going to go? There's a wall in the way. Decimating Smash won't buy time for anything. And MKOI using the tools you wanted to see this game, and how easy was that?
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be his Vladdy now in trouble.
Vladdy will have a stun in a moment, but getting out first. It out, sits in a brush. Yike is chasing. Vladdy's there as well. He has no flash, though. Alvaro's just going to escape. And look, Jojo's like, don't worry, I have a wall. There we go. Turret's going to drop down with one grub, and there's it in a turret. I was questioning how it falls down. Just like
actually,
that.
Not going to do it in the bottom wave.
PP.
Maybe looking for the wall here.
Super. Not a wave. Not my problem. Boomerang blade in. Yike goes in. Flash is burnt. Yike doesn't get anything with the ulti. And Milan's ulti gets into the backline. He starts shredding out as finally we get our team fight. But for MKOI, it's a complete wipe. Super just walked up. Press W. Change next song. Okay, game 3. I didn't even know.
The TP from Mirwin wants to try and look for the end here. Kana gonna have to desperately try and clear out these minions, but I don't know how much work he can do.
What can he do with a flick back his super to shred through? Next wave will help end the game. 20-second death timers, and the health bars are a little bit too low, but Koi had this one in the bag.
MKOI gonna move over towards the Baron. Make sure they can pick that one up. TP to secure it from Alvaro as well. Dragon is still there, but Baron always going to be the name of the game in this position.
Super easy, and this will be taken mega quick. And you know, Kalist does have his ulti, so wait, hold, wait, Kalist ulti. Wait, Kalist, what's the value here? If he waits a little bit, Mirwin might die, but with an IE, no, there's no but. Mirwin played here once, and that wasn't even the pick of the fight. I just expected Siva to do a lot, and I guess Super did enough for me. KC still fighting in front of this Dragon that was not taken. Weaver's wall is out as well, and on the wrong side of it, Kalist and Targmas with Tibbers out. They try something. Kalist does get a reset. Kana is the trade-off, though. Both AD carries now free-firing as Kalist with an IE feeling a little bit more confident. But top laner for support, what do you prefer?
I'll take the support down.
I'll take the support down for 500.
Yeah.
Now, next question, Dagda. At 10,000 gold lead and soul point, to what can KC find to bring back in this game?
I don't think there's much. At this stage, you're about to lose your base. You've got Baron and 3. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Vladdy just going to get walked into. That was easy. Yikes now here. Mirwin thinks, hang on a minute, I've got energy. Let's find out what he can do with the sledgehammer down. He's going to be engaged on, but even with the passive, there's 3 people to commit. Mirwin's taking a while to die. Re-engage from Yike. He flashes. Now thinks about going back in. Mirwin takes one, takes another, and you know what? Let's go again with Super there. There's nothing we can't achieve, and even that's too bloody hard for KC this game.
They can't get anything. Mirwin dodging everywhere, getting the shield, and Super shows up in the nick of time as well. MKOI, they have options, but there's only one left for KC, and it's to watch as your base goes down.
It's a flash engage to end this one. We're going to a game 3 in our match of the week. Both teams have put on a masterclass, but it's MKOI in game 2 that have once again arisen. It's becoming a trend so far in summer that the Spaniards like to play it slow but steady. Ladies and gentlemen, game 3 awaits in our match of the week, right? For me, when the final pick here is still that Ornn, where that long-range engage and the insane teamfight setups he had yesterday, I think personally that's what won them the fight. That's all I think about. When you fall off the map and you just be done, you just have to watch your other player, like other people play the game. You're like, oh, this is boring. That was before NPCs came into the mixes. Oh no, it wasn't, but you know what I mean. Dragon's going to be started, taking KC. Okay, early game, off to a flying start as Shockwave's going to miss there against Bloody. He just walks it out. Jojo's going to get a good trade here, but without the Shockwave damage.
Yeah, I got a lot done, though, as we were kind of talking about that. more focused on the objectives with the top lane.
It starts off, teleport coming in, and Kalist, remember, he took a chunk before. Will it matter too much here for Koi? They're thinking about their angle. Alvaro needs an impossible engage, but made possible. Call the forward god. Flashed in. Mirwin does it again. Zoned off 3 from KC, and Yike is down. Meanwhile, Kana got into the backside. Gets Super's flash out, but now he's isolated. Alone. Left to dry. While KC getting front to back by MKOI. In the blink of an eye. It's MKOI with 2. Dragon down as well. He's looking for a target. Callista's here, but so is Targamas. The clone found out that they know it's real, and he's burnt down. A spear easily done. And in the heart of Targamas, he drops down. That timing ain't good. 35 seconds. An assault in, that doesn't come through as Jojo's going to be collapsed on after the fact because he stepped up to the wave thinking that, yeah, my team is in river, but no longer. He flashes away with teleport to cover as well. The Vi entry is not an assist. Instead, Shockwave disengaged by Kana. A great W as the Pathmaker's now down. Mirwin flashes in again, doesn't give time to engage even though the series charge doesn't work. Pop Blossom on the back end. KC looking for the fight. Targamas found everyone, but they need damage. Jojo in the storm now hits them all. Kana is just running forward, unable to die. Now Yoya comes in late. KC just sent it under turret. Kalist close, but he wins it out in the end. And Mirwin caught in the middle. We go from nothing to everything for KC.
KC were just playing the waiting game. They had Kalist moving from the mid lane, making his way down to that bottom side, and all they were doing was biding for that moment where Kana could help turn it around, and MKOI took the bait.
On a slither of HP, there's a crush down, by the way. Alvaro's looking for Targamas and getting in the way of Dragon. His super now comes on in at full HP. Alvaro's trying to sacrifice his life as Yike has to walk away from the Dragon. There's a teleport. We devolve as Jojo doesn't have a shockwave, but he's 20 seconds off. Yike has to disengage. There's no smite in the pit right now, but Yike can't get nearby. It turns into a leash, and Super's entrance brings the Dragon back for MKOI.
Kana TP to the top lane. Oh my God.
He's down bloody. And even though there's a stun coming up, Shockwave, it does not connect. Bloody's running to the safety of his turret.
Gets funky because Kana TPs to the top lane to get the tier 1, but it does mean, hang on.
Mirwin's going to be cancelled. Yike doesn't get his assault in, but he still has a cease and desist, or rather he doesn't even need it. Even after a searing charge, Kalist is now on a rampage. 4 kills on the Corki. He picked up 1 by himself last time in bot fighters. Khan is running for life, but he's a Cassante. CC means nothing to him, and so he'll just evacuate this bot turret.
Does mean we're essentially back to all square, though, when it comes towards the goal.
Being used, that account at 8k, going down fast with Herald, being the option for MKOI mid.
This is a little risky, though. I don't know if KC can burst this out.
Call the Forge God at 2 into 1. It's taken by Kalist, but Pop Blossom, Alvaro in the back again. A cease, a desist, an all out from Kana. Knocks about. Super's flipped up, but Bloody is frying him alive. A 4 in the electric socket, and MKOI can't move.
It looked like Alvaro might have been able to set up for 35 seconds in theory. Jojo just going to take tower and look for the reset.
And his side lane play continues no matter what champion he's on. He's still up in CS, by the way. He's still massively up on Bloody, and you know, we need a big shockwave. We need a combo from Movistar Koi. KC keep winning out these fights. Feels easy to execute so far, at least, as Bolt Breaker in onto Mirwin, just out of range. Trying to get some brittle there.
Just going to take the camps instead.
Yike takes this with ease. Okay, 2 apiece. Game gets interesting. Gold's even more even than before. Baron's up in the
lane. There it is.
They get mid lane TP immediately. You're right. So Mirwin's going to join in, but this ain't just a start. This is looking to be a finish, and KC have got it down to 5. It's gone down mega quick, and MKOI have to get in. Elyoya needs to steal at 4, at 3. They hold off. They look for the turn. Pop Blossom, a 1-man as Jojo gets caught out and stormed to death. Kana collapsed on the Super as the feathers fly out. He gets an ulti out, but for MKOI, that storm is getting bigger, and they're right in the middle of it. But it ain't too pretty as Super walks back in to get destroyed. Kalist and Bloody have one last target as Mirwin runs for his life, and KC take care of business.
KC's team fight was clutch there. The fact they caught Jojo again, that Orianna without the flash, every which direction to try and save people, whereas KC quickly teetering in on towards those carries and able to finish them off. Taking the pressure that they can inside, but the gold lead starting to become a bit too big for them.
Becoming huge, 3,000 and Soul Point. Will we get to the 4th dragon is the biggest question, because Koi are getting sieged on quite heavily. Bot turret going to drop down while Jojo is trying to make it a trade, but Remember earlier on, KC got those 2 grubs. They have an advantage. And this mid turret is going to be next while Jojo just simply tries to get one.
It's the, I think, correct call from MKOI in this situation. Yeah. Barons go creeps. You're not going to be able to defend. Your comp is pretty short range. So instead, just try and match the turret takes, engage on bot.
Steering charge. There's the ulti from Elyoya, but he runs into harm's way. And Bloody will be fine to just range him down. Bliss the same as well, by the way. And now that Elyoya is here, they know exactly where the jungler's coming from. And Jojo had to back away. He's going to be on vision with his mid wave too, with half HP on the inhib turret bot. He's going to keep waddling down.
This is what I mean. This little MKOI can do on the defense of the siege. They need to try and find something, but it didn't end up working out. At least they got the top tier 2, but they will lose their base for it.
Jojo stepping up to make sure mid doesn't go with it as well. Inhibitor now.
As just hiding out of vision here.
Walking in, gets stunned up. He walked right into that one with the Magnus Storm. He's been opened up. That's a shutdown. Now Kana walked into man, but with Bella's Breath, he has to be careful. He'll get brittled, he'll get slowed, and with dissonance, there's nowhere to go. He flashes away, and poor Mirwin needs it late. He's going to start, but before KC even no one hit him. No! What? Yoik comes through, doesn't drive-by, flashes out. Never mind, they knew, and they just took it. Kana runs in now with Hextech Soul, and a Pop Blossom above all, with a Tangled Barb, and an ulti from Kana off the back. Mirwin flashes out, because the Movistars have just been demoted. They're being casted as extras. A Jike will die for the play. The Blade Caller, Super runs in, wants his job back, trying to get a root, but doesn't. Kana steps forward, Bloody runs in, and indeed, it is the Movistars who
might be that. But no KC member walking close enough to Elyoya in transition.
He'll just take so long to die. It has to be some kind of miracle fight that doesn't use all the engages as Khalees walks back in. Minion be damned, there goes the last inner of their game.
Yeah, I think for Jojo, just seeing maybe he could get something, but unfortunately that little bit short. And now KC, once more in front of this next turret to fall. The base from MKOI is crumbling.
Yike tries to lure them in, or rather, pretend like he's going to cease and desist. The AoE, the splash, does wonders on the inhibitor. And MKOI have to give it up. Next wave is top. You've only got one wave. Elyoya doing some damage as well. This burn, this Elder is helping out MKOI.
Elyoya is still at the ultimate to try and reposition. KC having to cede ground. MKOI forcing them back. An Elder Dragon below half.
It's a root in. Super does good damage at 7k though. If they flip this again, it might all be over. Mirwin sets up, call the forward, got the Pop Blossom, doesn't do any work. Forward and down, right, and get hit him finally. Jojo finds them all. The setup's big, but for Koi, they need to keep it going. Bloody's got a storm in the middle of them all, and it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. He dies, but it gets the biggest until Mirwin survives. MKOI have found 4 of KC. The game will go on.
The problem is
no 80 carry with the GA. Also worth mentioning here, those ultis, let's have a quick look, all up and available.
This is dangerous from MKOI though. They've committed to the pit. KC could move down mid, but now we're looking at the Dragon.
Elder's helping out. Watch out for Super here, who wants to keep waddling about. Targmas in it back. He's got himself a Pop Blossom angle. He's going to find them all! He snuck in to bring KC back on down. Mirwin running aground, but he's dead. Max as Khalees got to kite it out. Elyoya wants to leave, but Bloody closes the door on this series once and for all.
You need eyes in the back of your head if you're going to spot out Targamas. He's so consistently able to find these moments, and once more, he finds it for KC right at the end.
We got delivered a banger to end the series in our match of the week, but in the end, the French rise up. There will be no white flag. There will be no surrendering here today. KC undefeated in Group A, 3-0, and so well deserved after that ending.